Our good luck failed on boat 31. As soon as we crossed the red carpeted ramp on the bow, I knew we were in trouble. Groups of off-duty mercenaries lounged here and there, talking, eating, checking their cell phones. We got more frowns, more questioning looks. From the tension in Piper's posture, I could tell that she sensed the problem also. But before I could say, "Gosh, Piper, I think we stumbled into Caligula's floating barracks and we're about to die," she forged ahead, doubtless deciding that it would be as dangerous to backtrack as to bluff our way through. She was wrong. On the aft deck, we found ourselves in the middle of a Cyclops mortal volleyball game. In a sand pit, half a dozen hairy Cyclopses in swim trunks battled it out with half a dozen equally hairy mortals in combat pants. Around the edges of the game, more off-duty mercenaries were barbecuing steaks on a grill, laughing, sharpening knives, and comparing tattoos. At the grill, a double-wide dude with a flat-top haircut and a chest tattoo that read "Mother" spotted us and froze. "Hey!" The volleyball game stopped. Everyone on deck turned and glowered at us. Piper pulled off her helmet. "Apollo, back me up." I feared that she might pull a Meg and charge into battle. In that case, backing her up would mean getting ripped limb from limb by sweaty ex-military types, which was not on my bucket list. Instead, Piper began to sing. I wasn't sure what surprised me more, Piper's beautiful voice or the tunes she chose. I recognized it immediately. "Life is Illusion" by Joe Walsh. The 1980s were something of a blur to me, but that song I remembered. 1981, the very beginning of MTV. Oh, the lovely idea and the lovely videos that I'd produced for Blondie and the Go-Go's. The amount of hairspray and leopard's print spandex that we had used. The crowd of mercenaries listened in confused silence. Should they kill us now? Should they wait for us to finish? It wasn't every day that someone serenaded you with Joe Walsh in the middle of a volleyball game. I'm sure the mercenaries were a little fuzzy on proper etiquette. After a couple of lines, Piper gave me a sharp glance, like, "A little help here." She wanted me to back her up with music. With great relief, I whipped out my ukulele and played along. In truth, Piper's voice needed no help. She belted out the lyrics with passion and clarity, a shockwave of emotion that was more than a heartfelt performance, more than charm speak. She moved through the crowd, singing of her own illusionary life. She inhabited the song. She inversed the words with pain and sorrow, turning Walsh's peppy tune into a melancholy confessional. She spoke of breaking through walls of confusion, of enduring little surprises that nature had thrown at her, of jumping to conclusions about who she was. She didn't change the lyrics. Nevertheless, I felt her story in every line, her struggle as the neglected child of a famous movie star, her mixed feelings about discovering she was a daughter of Aphrodite, the most beautiful of all, her realization that she was supposed to love Jason, that he was not someone that she wanted to be romantically with. I didn't understand it at all, but the power of her voice was undeniable. My ukulele responded. My chords turned more resonant, my riffs more soundful. Every note I played was a cry of sympathy for Piper McLean, my own musical skill amplifying hers. The guards became confused. Some sat down, cradling their heads in their hands. Some stared into space and let their steaks burn on the grill. None of them stopped us as we crossed the aft deck. None followed us across the bridge to boat 32. We were halfway across the yacht before Piper finished her song and leaned heavily against the nearest wall. Her eyes were red, her face hollowed out with emotion. "Hey, Piper?" Stared at her with amazement. "How did you—" "Shoes now," she croaked. "Tell later." She stumbled on.